Good morning, everybody. Lovely to see you. First of all, I must apologise. I've got a little bit of hay fever, so if I sound a bit nasal, it's hay fever season in my house. So apologies for that. So I'm quite excited about what's coming out. What I've done so far this morning is I have used my normal skincare. And I've used all three primers. So I've used my face prime, my eye prime, and my Never Feather lip prime. And I have put Light Look Beauty Balm #1 on with the tiniest squirt of Continuous Cover shade #2. As the summer is coming up, I tend to switch my foundation a little bit more into Light Look Beauty Balm. So that's what I'm wearing. And I've used my concealer because when I get hay fever, I get more dark circles around my eyes as I get a bit of congestion. So I've used concealer #2. And I've put a little bit of Desert Rose blush on, but I'm going to possibly put a little bit more on when I finish my eyes. So let me show you our very exciting new well, it's called Pink Neutrals. Let me show you in the camera. So this is the new trio. It's got 3 colours, one of which is brand new to the company. The first one, the lightest one, is caramel pink, which we've had for a while, which is a really nice alternative to cream. If you like cream and you just want something with a little bit more pink in, it's a really lovely light colour. The middle one is dusky pink, which again is a nice firm favourite and looks really good just all over, as an all over colour. And the third one is a new one called Deep Mauve, which is quite exciting. And although it is mauve, even neutrals and even slightly warmer can wear it, as I will hopefully demonstrate to you today. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do 2 different things on my in terms of eyeliner. I'm going to use, as you've probably seen, we've got some new eyeliners have come out as well, which I'm really excited about. One is navy, so I'm actually going to demonstrate one eye with navy, but one eye with the dark brown. So I'm going to look a little bit odd when the postman comes, but never mind, they're always used to that with me. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lightest colour, which is the caramel pink, and I'm just going to sweep that over my eye. Really simple. If you just like a very, very natural light look, you can just use this on its own as a light wash of colour. And I'm just bringing it to just above the socket line. Oh, the other thing I did is I've used Bring Back Brow in brown today. So that's the last thing I've done. I thought you probably didn't want to watch me doing that again, but so using my eyeshadow brush #7, this lovely fluffy brush, which is really good for putting all over colours on and for blending. It's fantastic. So just very natural, very light, but a little bit more pinky than the cream. If you love cream, but you haven't tried this one, it's a really nice colour. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I am going to take the middle colour, which is dusky pink. And again, I could have put that all over as a wash of colour as well, but just for today, I want to demonstrate just using that literally in my socket line area and just above. You can see it's a very pretty pink, this one. And just bringing it down, so in a sort of like so, just above the socket line. Trisha talked about pinks in people used to just pinch their cheeks to make them pink. And the other thing about pink, when we get onto lipstick, is a slightly pinker lipstick will make your teeth look whiter. If you've got sort of slightly yellowy teeth, the pinks, rather than the oranges and the browns, can make your teeth look whiter. So there's a lot of good things going on for pink. So just very pretty. You can see that that's just kind of brought. And I've got blue eyes. This would really work well also if you've got hazel eyes, if you've got brown eyes, if you've got green eyes. It's good for neutrals, it will work. Now, the third colour is a little bit darker. What I'm going to do is just put a tiny little bit of that again in the socket line, not too much, but just to show you what colour it's like. That's the sort of colour on my hand. So with this colour, I don't want to put loads of it on here, but I just want to just bring out. And as I always say, when you're putting eyeshadow on, it never looks right until you've got everything else on, like when you've got the mascara, the eyeliner, your lips, it always looks a bit sort of, ooh. I think people are a little bit frightened of pink around the eyes. They think, how can you put pink on the eyes? But wait till I finish and hopefully you'll see that it does work. So I'm just blending again with the blender brush. So I've put that colour on so that when you see me with my eyes open, you can just see a little bit of that deep mauve colour. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do my lopsided eyes. So I'm going to put, because I'm wearing dark brown in my scarf and I'm warmer, I'm going to show you how you can mix the pinks and the browns. It's quite a nice thing to do. I'm going to use dark brown soft eyeliner on one eye. And I'm going to start at the outside. And just little short, soft movements. Think to yourself, I like this one because it makes my lashes look thicker. My lashes are very fair at the moment, so they need mascara. We've been away for a week and they always go sort of really fair if I get a bit of sun on them. So this helps to make the depth of the lashes really work. So that's the brown on the top. I'm not going to put very much on the bottom, but just a little bit, just to give myself a bit of definition. And I bring the bottom up to meet the top. If you haven't tried these, they really are super, super soft and they just glide on so you don't drag at all at your eye. They're brilliant. The other one, I'm very excited about this colour. It's called Dark Navy. And even though I am warmer, I do wear navy and I wear the midnight blue eyeshadow quite a bit. So this for me, I'm very, very excited. This has come out. So I am just going to do the same on the top. So the ocean blue was the other blue that we have in this range. This is a little bit darker. It's like a proper sort of more of a navy colour than the ocean blue, which is a little bit more bluey green. And then I'm going to put a little bit of that underneath as well, just a little bit. So you've got a slightly different look, but both working really, really nicely with the pinks. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my wedge brush, number 8. I always love to still do this. If I've used eyeliner, I still like to put a little bit of shadow over the top to do two things. First of all, to soften the effect, and secondly, to set it, because it's like putting a bit of powder on it. So I'm going to actually use chocolate on the brown side and midnight blue on the other side. If you wanted to, you could not use eyeliner at all and just, particularly if you're cooler, and just use the deep mauve as your eyeliner. Or if you're using the new purple eyeliner, you could put a little bit of this again over that to soften it. I'm just showing you that you can play around and mix. Don't think just because I'm using the purples or the pinks or the new ones, I can't mix and play with other colours. That's the fun of makeup, just trying lots of different combinations. So a little bit of chocolate, and it just softens the effect of the eyeliner. A little bit underneath. Particularly if you find that anything smudges, this will just really help to stop that. And then let's just get a tissue, take that off my wedge brush and get my midnight blue for this side. I need one scarf with brown and one scarf with blue or something, don't I? So let's just go over that. I find this eye much harder, so I pinch my eye and catch it towards my nose when I'm doing this, so that it looks smoother than it is, because if I do that, it's just a bit kind of, it's difficult to get it. I find that eye harder to close on its own without crinkling it. So if you do that, you've suddenly got a nice smooth eyelid, which is what I maybe used to have 20 years ago, but no longer. And a little bit underneath. So we've got a look. You can starting to see that it's starting to blend a little bit with what I'm wearing now, even though I've got one eye blue and one eye brown. What I need to do now is two things. I'm going to put a little bit of highlighter, the Instant Bright highlight, which I love, underneath the highest part of my brow, just a little bit here and here. Just like that, in a sort of bit like a half moon shape. And what I like to do then is to take my concealer brush and just blend that in, concealer brush number 4, just to make this, you can see that's just slightly highlighted, so it makes my brows look a little bit more defined. And while I've got it, I will just put a little bit where I normally put it, just on my cheekbones, and just blend that in, just to create that slight dewy effect when I turn my head, which is quite a flattering look. And I like to sometimes put a little bit just down the center of my nose, which just slims the nose. Just make sure you blend that, otherwise you look as though you've got a stripe down your nose. Now for me, mascara is a must. As I said, at the moment my lashes are looking really fair, so I'm just going to quickly use my eyelash curlers as well and curl them. If you've not tried this, really worth doing. We were talking about this the other day. Trisha can do this without a mirror very easily. But I'm not too bad without a mirror. I kind of have to get the mirror to start with, but it's just practice. A lot of people are a bit frightened of them because they're a bit scary looking, but if you can manage to curl your eyelashes, it will just open the eye and lift the eye really well. That wise, I've done that one better than this one, a little bit more. You can do it in one place, or you can move the eyelash curlers halfway up. So you can do it in 3 areas to make the curl go even more. So for me, Live Lash Mascara in Black Waterproof is my go-to mascara, particularly with hay fever. I do not want runny eyes and anything to splodge. So I really love this at this time of year when there's a possibility that my eyes might water. So absolutely love the texture of this mascara and the fact that it doesn't go blobby or spiky and it doesn't move. I know lots of ladies don't like waterproof mascara, and the other one that's not waterproof is also brilliant. It doesn't smudge, but for me, I just like that extra confidence that it's not going to move at all. So just wiggle it through, and you can build up as much or as little as you want with these mascaras. Just wiggle through from the base of the lashes. So I think this new pink neutral palette is actually very versatile. Whether you're warm, whether you're cool, you can do lots of things with it. You can use the lightest one just on its own if you just want a very light look. You can use the dusky pink as a wash all over. And then you can use the deep mauve if you want in the socket line, in the socket area. You can use it as an eyeliner. I think it will work really well with a lot, as I said, a lot of eye colors. that you might have. So very excited. Love it when there's new products. I'm like a little schoolgirl when something new arrives in the post. And if you're the same when you get your orders coming through, it never ceases to excite me when I get a makeup order landing on my doormat. Much more exciting than a bill. So that's the mascara. I might just put a tiny bit underneath my lower lashes, just because they are very, very fair at the moment. But you don't need to do this, and you don't even need to put eyeliner on the bottom. A lot of ladies just prefer to put eyeliner on the top of their lashes. Yeah, I think it works. Personally, I think it works equally well on me with the blue. And what I could do, be bold, why not? Let's just go for it. I haven't tried this yet. I'm going to put a tiny bit, maybe put it over the brow rather than over the chocolate, just to add that little bit of deep mauve. You can see it, just if you wanted that little bit more mauve, you can just add a little bit of the darker one over the top. That's really pretty as well, like that. That would work well. So all I'd say is enjoy playing with colour, enjoy sort of maybe mixing and trying different things, but I think you'll really enjoy the pink neutrals as a slightly different look for your eyes. Thank you very much. Bye.